Hello. I was eating noodle soup because I found a nice canned vegan noodle soup that I can eat. And then my nose has been a little bit stuffy because of a combination of just not feeling good from the weather change, from a chronic fatigue flare up, and allergies combined. I sniffled, and I think a noodle went upwards and got a little bit stuck. And then I sniffled again, and then it shot down my throat, and then I started choking. So I had a wild 10 minutes before stream. How are you guys doing? Happy Thursday. It's been it's been a time. Yesterday I thought I might be sick. Fun. I've got to build Miko too at some point. I've got so many characters I want to build. But I need the hyperfixation to hit, or else it won't get done. um, but yeah, I thought I was sick yesterday. I mean, I was sick, but I think it was chronic illness sick, because I was a little too brain fogged to think about it. At first, I was worried, so I tested for COVID. It came back negative. Um, and then I just was like, okay, maybe it's just a cold or something. And then I remembered that, no, I'm probably experiencing a big flare of post-exertional malaise because of having physical therapy the day before. And what I've learned is that I think the physical therapy exercises in and of themselves don't trigger my chronic fatigue too badly because they're not super exertional, but they do I do get my chronic fatigue triggered when I do them at the actual medical center, because then I have to walk across the street, and it's like um wow, my brain. I have to walk from the parking structure across the street, down a couple hallways, and then to the elevator, and then down another hallway. So it's a lot of walking between where, like, other than just the exercise, there's like additional stuff going on. There's also the walking around. So I feel like that probably contributes. But, you know, alas. Um I think I'll just have to plan for that and be aware that I'll probably feel sick the day after physical therapy appointments. But we live, we learn. Let us get into the Genshining. So, right now, I've got us on the trial screen so that we can just run through these really quickly. And then after the trials, we'll breeze through dailies and then right into the event. I'm not expecting the event to take us too long, so after we finish the event, I will switch us over to The Sims 3, which we haven't played in, like, forever. So it'll be nice to be back to that.
Surrender.
Oh geez, this is loud in my ears. Okay.
Through me, justice is served. Guilty. Your penance is due. Guilty. You stand condemned! Your sins weigh upon your soul! Guilty!
Let me weave you a verse.
Futile! Nowhere to run! Judgment is upon you!
I do need to build Sino. As far as, like, other characters. And I really want to. I just... I've been building characters in bursts lately. Ow. Oh my gosh, my wrist just adjusted unpleasantly. Nice. I also just... I haven't been able to play as much Genshin in my free time because of how my wrists are being, which is making me sad, but... alas. What is it, Marie? Nice. Hey, welcome on in.
Everybody stand back!
Be still. The depths beckon.
I'm going in! Eat this!
Cascade.
Understandable, it is a sleepy day. It's supposed to rain Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and maybe even Monday here, which I'm not looking forward to, but I feel it in my bones and in my head. Mm-hmm. I'm not looking forward to it. Okay. I forgot. I got 100%.
Sign here, please.
The event is sad? Okay. I mean, I figured that it might be, given doesn't it have the sad orphan? The sad, shy orphan? Not that that's super specific, but you know. Wait, what is your... Okay, yeah, you are using a sword, at least some of the time. I feel like she uses the sword twice.
Let's dance.
Yeah! The polycule shares one brain cell. Yeah, Fremine. Yeah, I figured that if it was gonna be Fremine centered, there'd be at least some sadness. He has tragic backstory energy. Literally, I'm like, is she a catalyst and she's using her claws? I thought she was a sword. Am I wrong? No, no. I'm right. She is a sword. Oh my gosh. Ugh, my shoulders hurt so much. I finally had just enough physical ability to take the bags of litter that were upstairs, and I was able to take them downstairs and throw them out. So, you know, the office looks and smells a lot better. Um, but I just, oh man. Yeah. But now my shoulders are like, ugh, so many bags were carried. What is it, Marie? Honestly, I wish I could. I do not want to take them down 2 sets of stairs.
This way. Out of the frying pan, into the fire. You're toast. Out of my way. Our bond is strong.
Try not to ignore
The smoke will be frozen.
Shinobu is another character that I really want to build because I love her fight style. I think it's so cool. But yeah, it does look like they did a pretty good job with everybody, and I love that. I wonder how Shinobu would do. Is almost unkillable at C6? Yeah. I don't know if I have her at C6 yet. I'll have to check. Ow. I feel like after I do everything, I have to slightly twist my wrist like this to get it to go back in. The self-revive, which is cool. That is cool. Okay. wishes changed. What if I just use this one single wish on the weapons banner? Not that it matters, but it would be funny. Yeah. I have none of those. The weapons banner is a crazy time. Truly. Hey, Miss Goose, what you doing? Yeah, you're not supposed to go. Let's see if I can get Hayato with one wish. Do you love me? He loves me. He loves me not. That's okay. Ayato has just gained child's curse, so alas. Alright. Let's. Right, yeah. I'm coming back for you, baby. I'm coming back for you. I promise. Eventually. The reality, though, is that I'm not that motivated because much like how I didn't pull for Child for the longest time because I didn't feel like fighting the Oshi in it and there was always somebody else I wanted more, I don't feel like harvesting Sakura for this man. I just don't. So, alas. Yeah, and Navi is going to be coming soon, and I do not have a lot of primos because I have not been able to log in very much. I mean, we assume so, at least. She'll come eventually, and I'll want her when she does. You know. There's allegedly an Oculus around here. Oh, is it in this bubble? What's up with this bubble? We are on a time limit so that I can do other things. Oh, the bubble is Sealy's. Got it. I remember. I remember looking at this before. I will remember that. Children, be good. Oh, there's another one somewhere. Will I be able to get it? I will. Oh, wait, I'm talking to one of the research people. Oh, that's so exciting. I love when they drop a character that we have no context for to start with, and it's just like, what is this going to mean? No. Anyways. Okay. So, boxes are heavy. Hello. We meet again, honorary senior researcher. I apologize. My lower back seems to have been injured. It hurts so badly. We've all been there, man. Yeah. Or, it's the first? I mean, did we know about who, like, was there any reference to Kirara before she came out? I mean, she came out in the version that had an event with her. But I also might have missed something, so yeah. I was planning to move a box here and organize the materials inside. I never imagined the box would be so heavy, and I couldn't quite keep my footing when I lifted it. Yep, that'll happen. Now I feel like my waist is broken. I love the option. I can carry you to a doctor. No matter how far it is, I can probably carry you that far. No, no need. I've hurt my lower back before. I just need to rest a bit. Paimon wonders just how many files are inside for it to be this heavy. There must be, well, a ton of files. After all, the Institute once promoted a style of work called document everything for some time. Oh boy. Basically, it meant that absolutely every single thing at the Institute had to be physically documented. Oh boy. After they began promoting this policy, the Institute's paper usage increased 5 times. You think? And because there were so many documents, every single office was forced to create a document management post just to categorize and sort all of the documentation. So everything had to be written down? That sounds really annoying. It was. Later, that style slowly phased out and only implemented to a limited extent. But let's not discuss that now. Honorary senior researcher, can you help me handle the file box? Though my waist hurts, I still need to organize the files inside. Yeah, we can do that. On the table to the right, just inside the door? Sure thing. I promise you it's not going to be that heavy for me. I like how it's like, here, come here, we'll just yeet you up. I mean, what happens if I grab both? I can't submit both. Why did you bring both boxes? I figured you would need them both. Both boxes do indeed contain files I need to organize. Since you've brought them both over, I should get going now. This is going to be a huge task. Please take these and thank you again. When will the Institute finally assign me an assistant? Ow. Okay. Yeah, I remember that being one of the options. Valid. I'm sure he appreciated working with something new. Or, I guess, something different than usual, since he probably has experience working with it, since he's the one who brings it up. I had Dory at the ready in case I saw any of those crystals, but there weren't any. Actually,
We shall prevail.
Try this on yourself. Let's wait and see.
Pin them down. Yeah.
Incinerate! Inadmissible evidence! How the...
Should replace my hammer.
You're exposed. Hear my prayer.
What's this? Boom boom! Chia!
okay. Oh, my sinuses are pressing on my eyes, and it's making them water. Woo. I love constant changes in weather. That's so fun all the time. Okay. Yeah. Ugh.
Here's the goods! Hi! Incinerate! Fallen Emma, help!
Pin them down.
Breath of the flame!
Just a graze. You're exposed. We shall
Fly!
Wow. I might even reach level 10 before the end of the version. I know there's still 17 days left. I'll be fine. I can get pretty far with that much time, but... Ugh. Okay. Done with that. Let's grab... Adventure. Well, that is good. Oh, man. I'm gonna see if blowing my nose will help, so I will... Nice. That is very helpful, because that's like
Ad Astra
6 levels right there, because that's
Welcome
6,000.
to the adventurous. Thank you for completing today's commissions.
But here, I'm gonna mute myself real quick so I can blow my nose. Hooray.
Ad Astra ab
Alright. Oh yeah, the advent calendar for this month, or for Streammas, it arrived today. So it is ready to be opened up tomorrow for the first day of December. Very exciting. Just in time. Yeah, it was so hard because I waited until kind of late to get it, and there were so many that are like, it'll be here on December 4th. I'm like, no, I need it to be here before December 1st, please. So it's not the exact stuffed animal one that I was looking at, but it's similar and it's still cute, so it'll be a fun time. But yeah.
There'll be an extra fee for that.
You're right.
Okay.
Can we play finger?
All right. To the Fontaine Fishing Association. No, I see how to parkour this. Oh yeah, so Toulouse likes to do this thing where they jump from furniture to random things that are on the floor, and basically they basically play the floor as lava. They don't step on the floor. And I asked them if they were practicing their parkour, and they blew me a kiss. So I think that Toulouse has aspirations. Honestly. And they they really like I don't understand what the cat logic is to not want to step on the floor and to be more interested in causing mass destruction, jumping from tables to chairs to the couch to a half-opened delivery box to, like the mass destruction. This is as good a way as any to get to where I'm going, so that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, this goes in the direction of where I'm going. Okay, we're surpassing it.
reward on the road.
Oh, wow. Okay. Go off, Hydroculi. Of course, my brain is all flighty and unfocused when I'm trying to do something with a time limit. And my brain is like, no, there's no time limit. Everything is fine. Seriously? I am but minding my business, foul fiend.
Access denied. Water jet.
Here we go. Have arrived.
That can't be right. Oh, but what if they're real after all? No, that can't be. But what if there's a chance?
What you thinking about?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Oh, no, it's nothing. I'm Della Roche, the representative of the Fontaine Fishing Association. How can I help you?
We received your commission request.
Oh, so you're adventurers. Oh, finally. Someone has heard my prayers.
Paimon could tell you were really bothered by something. Don't worry, you've got 2 super experienced adventurers right here. We'll take care of anything and everything for you as long as you pay us a little bit of mora.
Oh, you are exactly the helpers I need. See, the problem is that the fish around a fishing spot at Araneus have just all up and vanished recently. They disappeared too quickly for it to have been the work of human anglers. As the representative of the Fishing Association, I had planned to go and investigate the area right away.
But?
Right, but unfortunately, as the representative of the Fishing Association, there are a few other errands that I absolutely have to run. So
you'd like us to investigate the spot for you?
exactly, you're right on the Mora. So I thought I could delegate this work to you. Are you two some kind of prophets, knowing exactly what I was going to say like that? Or maybe like the oracles you read about in fairy tales?
Nope, we're just adventurers, so we know how this works.
Yeah, we're just really experienced in this kind of thing, that's all.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'll get a good night's sleep knowing the two of you are on the case.
But don't we just need to investigate the missing fish? It really doesn't sound too difficult.
No, you mustn't let your guard down. As the representative of the Fishing Association, I have good reason to believe that the fish have gone missing due to an encounter with the water imps.
With the what?
Yes, you're both Outlanders, right? Our local fairy tales often speak of a terrifying underwater creature called Thelxie. The story our parents would tell us was always the same. If we went to the water alone, then we'd be snatched away and eaten by a water imp called Thelxie.
A child-eating water imp? Did they tell you what it looked like?
My father would always describe it as a beautiful, multicolored snake woman, while my mother said it had a handsome face. It's really strange, though, because you'd also hear other people describe it as just a chubby penguin with a deceptive appearance. Even though the tales vary regarding its appearance, Everyone agrees that it's really dangerous. It lives in an underwater cave surrounded by pallid bones and uses its sensitive nose to track down lonely children who've lost their way. And once it finds a child, it uses
Literally.
its alluring singing voice to lure them into the water before swallowing them all. Pretty terrifying, isn't it?
Sounds kinda scary. But isn't that pretty normal for a fairy tale? After all, those kinds of stories are usually made up to help keep children away from danger.
But what if the fairy tale was inspired by a real-life tale? Just like how a water vein always has a source.
Do you have any concrete evidence?
Well, I wouldn't call it evidence per se, but I've heard some rumors lately. They say that someone recently saw a child walk into the water as if he was possessed by something. Doesn't that sound just like he was responding to the call of a water imp?
So you mean someone really got eaten by a water imp?
It's all hearsay, so it's hard to confirm. But still, they all say this happened on Irenaeus. That's no laughing matter if you ask me. Both the Opera House and the Fountain of Lucine were built there, and the sources of many water veins can be traced to the island as well. Combine that with the mysterious mist, the huge tree with expansive underground roots, and the rumor that the fish ships on the island can understand human language. Is it really so shocking that an island so shrouded in mystery could harbor a
Oh no, I
terrifying
have
water
not
imp as
unlocked
well?
any of the new area.
Why does Paimon feel like you're pulling our
Fun
leg?
fact, I have not gone into the new area at
Still,
all.
if someone's
Because I
really
haven't
been
had
hurt,
the
then we can't
physical
just ignore the
or mental
situation,
energy
right,
to do so. And it sounds like we're going to be. We'll go check it out.
Oh, marvelous. Then I'll just mark the stretch of water on your map. Don't forget that no matter what, safety always comes first.
Naturally. Yeah, alright, awesome. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna grab the statues quickly. And we'll go from there. So that we can at least see where we're going. Yeah. I've been, really fucking tired and in a lot of pain. And so I also haven't even updated it on my phone. And so I'm just like, I need to update it on my phone. Oh, look, an Oculus. Seasonal depression is here, and so is seasonal dysautonomia triggers. Alright, here's one. The world opens itself before noble hearts. Okay, it is in this area. Here, take some stuff. Oh no! I wish you a very Oculus finding. Well, since I'm in here. Let me up! see it.
A reward on the road.
Okay, where is the alleged? It is up. Ooh, what's that? Oh, there's a teleport. Grab it, because I just want to make sure. Oh! Fun!
All hail!
I love when the game simply does not work. Anyways. Okay, we're getting closer. There we go. I'm like, how do I get this? There we go. Okay, bye-bye. No, no, I'm not here to fight with you. Oh. Well. Ugh. Okay.
It looks really peaceful. Huh? Look, there's some footprints over there.
The footprints extend all the way into the
These
water.
look pretty fresh. Did the water imp get someone again? Let's look around and see if we can find anything else. Wait, did you hear something just now?
The water? Question mark? Okay. Until something emerges with a loud splash.
What is that? Don't come any closer!
Paimon? Traveler?
Fremine?
I'm sorry. I forgot I was still wearing this.
Fremine!
Paimon, are you okay?
Paimon nearly mistook you for a water imp. Thank goodness it was just you wearing your helmet.
Huh? A water imp?
We're investigating a water imp called Thelxie. There we go.
Thelxie, you say? How surprising.
Huh? You know that name too? Or do you know someone else who's trying to investigate the water imp?
No, I think our situations are probably unrelated.
Could you tell us about what's going on with you?
Sure, if that's in order. I know the
It's
name
not in
because of one
order.
of
It
my
was just a
employers.
question, baby.
She noticed the clockwork penguins I brought to the workshop and contacted me through the shop's owner. She has commissioned me to make a special toy. Following her request, I've named the toy Thelxie.
Huh? But isn't it a little creepy to name a toy after a water imp? Wait, hold on! Fremine, you never take commissions from other people!
Yeah, but, she made a special request, but out of respect for her privacy, I can't really talk about it. It's alright though. She'll be coming over to check on my progress shortly, and I'll just tell her that you're two of my trustworthy companions.
Yeah.
Hearing that, she might be willing to share some information, and you'll be able to continue with your investigation.
Huh. Even though you seem a little cold and reserved sometimes, you're still really considerate. Our target isn't necessarily the water imp, though. We're primarily here to investigate the disappearance of the fish.
The fish?
Mm-hmm. Fremine nods slightly and seems lost in your thought after you tell him about your commission from the Fishing Association.
I think I may have connected the dots. These past few weeks, I've been taking Thelxie for underwater testing every day. The pressure testing makes a lot of noise. So, all that about the disappearing fish, well, it was probably because of me.
So that's how it was? That actually makes a lot of sense. Wait, so could that mean the child we heard about who walked into the water was also...
Just Fremine, preparing for another day of work.
Yes, I think that's quite likely as well.
So in the end, it was just Fremine. Paimon spent all this time imagining what a water imp from the fairy tales might look like, and it all turns out to be just a hoax.
I'm sorry. It sounds like I've created a lot of trouble for everyone else as well. I'll try to finish this commission as soon as possible. Once I'm done, the fish should come back.
Don't worry, it was just a misunderstanding. We'd be happy to help. Is there anything we can do?
Thanks for offering, but I can't trouble you any more than I already have.
Hey,
Why
that's
not?
no trouble at all. Didn't you just call us your trustworthy companions? Companions are all about helping each other, you know?
But don't you need to report back to your commissioner?
Nope, that's not how it works. See, Paimon's got these commissioner types all figured out, even though we were just tasked with finding out why the fish had gone missing. If we tell them now that it was all just a misunderstanding, you can bet they'd just immediately hand us another commission to help them get the fish back.
Yeah, we're really experienced in this kind of thing, that's all.
Exactly! So if we can help you finish up your work and get the fish back, that would save us an extra trip!
Is that what you'd like to do as well?
Yeah, I think Paimon's right. Right.
Huh. Alright, I'll trust your judgment. Please follow me. I've made a makeshift camp over there.
Woo. Okay. Really quickly, I'm gonna refill my tea because I'm really cold and so I need something warm to drink. And then I will be right back. I might also run to the bathroom just to be safe, because understanding what your body needs in this economy. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna grab more tea to be warm. Okay. We are back.
I've stored Thelxie in the tent. He can respond to some simple verbal commands. You can try calling his name and see if he'll come over.
Whoa, sounds pretty advanced. Let Paimon give it a try. Hey, Felxie, are you there? So that's Fremone's version of Felxie. It's also penguin-shaped, just like Pear.
Yep. Had Thelxie lived in Penguin Town, he'd probably have become great friends with Pear.
Where's Penguin Town?
It's not really anywhere famous or important. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Felxie, nice to meet you. Do you know how to say hello?
So, can Thelxie talk?
I wanted to install a language output module, but due to time constraints, I had to give up on the idea. As it stands, Thelxie can only output messages that were pre-written into its motherboard. I haven't given him the ability to convert those messages into discernible words, so he can't really talk to us just yet.
No need to get so technical. So basically, you want us to help you complete and install this language module, right?
No, there's no need. That wasn't one of my employer's requests. It was just something I wanted to try. I have 2 other things I'd like your help with. The first is to do some integration testing on Thelxie's motherboard, to make sure he will be able to function properly in most situations.
That doesn't sound too hard. And what's the other thing?
The other shouldn't take too long either. You'll need to find Thelxie some colorful shells and coral, so I can craft a weapon for him.
A weapon? Will Felxie have to fight?
Mm-hmm. Thelxie will need to be able to charge forward with a weapon in hand, like that brave prince of legend. It's a part of my employer's request.
What an imaginative employer! Naming Felxie after a water imp, but wanting him to look like a prince?
That's definitely
Well,
interesting.
Regardless of his role or species, Thelxie's purpose is the same. Just like Pear, he has come to this world to serve as somebody's companion.
Whoa, Felxie just said something again! Could he understand what we were just talking about?
He can react to certain key words, but unfortunately, due to the lack of a translation module, he still can't quite communicate with us.
That's a pity. But anyway, the most important thing right now is for us to get to work. Maybe let's start by doing some testing on the motherboard. That sounds like something we can do here in the camp.
Sounds good. The motherboard is on my workbench, so please follow me. Here we go.
That's
I have
honestly
this
great
testing
that
manual,
it's just
So
gibberish.
feel free to reference it if you get stuck. Want to give it a try? It's okay if you don't succeed immediately. I've got a lot of backup boards just in case.
I'll give it a try.
Okay. Knowing you, I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out.
Probably. Debug motherboard. Okay. So left click and drag to assemble the circuit. Right click. Okay, got it. Gay icon. Wait. Was that... Oh, I see, I see. I see.
You're doing well. Just as I expected.
We've taken on a lot of similar tasks before, you know.
Then let's
This
move
ain't
on
my
to the
first
underwater
puzzle.
part. It's just as I mentioned earlier. We're after colorful shells and coral. Oh, speaking of which, you're both already pretty used to Fontaine's underwater environment, right?
Oh yeah, we're pretty much experts by now.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Just let me know if you ever
They're
feel
both such little
uncomfortable.
guys, and I love
I'll
them.
make sure to stay right by your side.
Okay. Knocking shit over.
Water jet!
Okay. Almost. I'm going to get that. Ah. Okay. A little too far. Ha ha! Success! I am so good at this game. Oh, there's a... teleport point. Oh, it's up.
It should be right over there. We'll be able to find something that'll help us with our search.
The echoing conch.
This is it. We call this thing an echoing conch. It can detect special reflection waves in the water to help us with all kinds of underwater exploration and
But
excavation
it's so much more
efforts.
fun to yeet
Here,
out of the
Try
water.
it. Did you notice any interesting places? The echoing conch should have detected some just now. Let's go check them out.
Full fathom 5 Thelxie lies. Of his bones are coral made.
Alright, these should be enough. Let's head back to camp. Thank you for staying out here with me all this time.
From an A, it's no problem. We love you. What am I picking up? No clue. Oh, I picked up a block thing. Well, that's nice. Okay. Oh, yeah. I appreciate you letting me know. I simply really wanted to yeet out of the water to it because it sounded like a fun idea. I also just really enjoy the fact that when you speed out of the water, you go phew. Ow. Ugh. My glasses are sitting a little hard on my ears. Okay. That's fine. I will just have them be placed a little weirdly. Luckily, my workspace lens won't be too bad. Is she a researcher from Sumeru? Hello. Oh, I forgot to put autoplay on.
Ah, Fremine, you're back. I thought you might have been out diving.
I'm sorry, Madame d'Estray. I must have kept you waiting. I can report, though, that the construction of Thelxie is going quite smoothly.
There's no rush. I'm your employer, not your supervisor. And these two are...
Oh, they're two of my trustworthy companions. They're here to help me work on Thelxie.
Yes, I see. I suppose it's only natural for someone responsible like you to have some reliable friends.
It's really nice to meet you, Madame d'Estray. Are you Fremine's employer? Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Greetings, my new friends. Just call me Zuria. You are both so adorable. The sight of you reminds me of little fairies under a cottage roof.
Thanks.
Oh, do you really think so?
So does that just apply for a Paimon, or like, am I a fairy too? I use fae-fair pronouns, so I should really get fairy privileges here.
Of course. If my child had friends like you, then perhaps he wouldn't have become so obsessed with the tales of water imps. And I wouldn't have had to trouble Fremine here with this commission.
Obsessed with the tales of water imps?
Ah,
Kids.
So you don't know anything about my request yet? I would have thought Fremine had explained it to you already.
Well, Fremine told us that it was a private matter, so he didn't want to just share it willy-nilly.
I see. So Monsieur Fremine is even more discreet than I had thought.
He's a good kid.
As you are assisting him with the project, I believe it'll be beneficial for you to learn more about its vision and history. But it would be quite impolite of me to simply pile all of my troubles on you without your permission. So, would you like to listen to my story?
Sure.
Yeah.
Tell us anything. You've already said nice things about us, so we'll try our best to help you get through your troubles.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
What a lovely little fairy. Then let me think of a way to put my situation into words. I'm sure you're already familiar with the tale of the water imps, right? Simply put, parents came up with a story, painting water imps as scary abductors in an effort to convince their children to stay away from the water. My child is rather special, however. While most other children are terrified of Thelxie, he's infatuated with him.
Infatuated? With a water imp? What a brave soul.
Yes, he told me that he thought the water imp might have just been misunderstood. In his mind, instead of singing to abduct children, the water imp actually sang out of a longing for companionship. As a result, he often goes near the water in secret.
Huh. So he wanted to become friends with the water imp so it wouldn't be lonely any longer? What a unique way of thinking.
Thank you, little Paimon. He indeed has always stood out from the crowd. He was actually diagnosed with loneliness syndrome when he was only 8 years old.
Loneliness syndrome?
Mm-hmm. It's a type of mental disorder. Those affected by it often feel extremely lonely and lose interest in many mundane activities. The syndrome is probably
So,
what made him
like,
so
depression?
determined to become
Question
friends
mark?
with the water imp.
Oh no. Is it a very serious disorder?
If you were to become afflicted with the disorder, Paimon, you would only be able to say less than a fraction of the words you're saying to the traveler now.
No! Paimon won't accept that! We would have to find a doctor to help cure Paimon. Paimon has a 2,000-word quota for daily conversations with the traveler, and she won't settle for a single word less!
The family doctor has already begun to treat my son, but since the disorder is rare, there aren't many good regimens for treatment. He's also developed some new symptoms lately, such as uncontrollable delusions.
Huh? Uncontrollable what now?
Uncontrollable delusions. To put it simply, he can no longer differentiate between fantasy and reality, and spends all his time in his fantasy world.
Then what is he seeing in his fantasy world?
It's a dream that he often mentioned to me when he was younger. I've compiled what I could understand of his recent rambling. It goes a bit like this.
Once upon a time, there was a splendid and magnificent underwater kingdom of water imps on the Salacia Plain, 500 feet beneath the ocean, or beneath the surface. Countless lovely water imps lived in houses made of rainbow shells and corals, tending to sea animals during the day and singing between fields of golden why do I have such a hard time with that? Of golden during the night. I'm gonna give up on it. Everyone led carefree and blessed lives until the day of the Iridescence Parade, the important festival during which the new king would be crowned. Before the festival, all water imps would select the most precious pearl that they owned, wrap it in golden branches and leaves, and offer it to their most beloved prince. And during the day of the parade, the prince would cross a rainbow bridge made from all the offered shells and accept the crown from his father amid the applause of his subjects. Finally, a new king would bless everyone with his well wishes. And as for the prince's name, it's none other than Thelxie.
Amazing! Your son came up with all of this? He really crafted a lovely fairy tale world for Thelxie. It's like a beautiful dream.
But perhaps no beautiful dream can ever last long. You see, the story ended with a twist.
The day of the Iridescence Parade came as expected, but countless monsters also arrived alongside the prince. The monsters were evil and cruel, and they struck fear into all the water imps' hearts. The water imps, adept at singing as they were, could not defend themselves against the monsters. So the kingdom fell, the king was killed, and the water imps were locked behind bars. The rainbow bridge lost its color and crumbled away. The prince was barely able to escape with the help of a mysterious masked individual, but he had already lost everything and could only spend his days singing mournful songs. And just as the prince sang out of loneliness, so his song could only be heard by similarly lonely children.
How could the story end like this? Is that kind of fantasizing what caused your son to develop his loneliness syndrome?
Well, it'd be more accurate to say that it was the syndrome that caused such terrible delusions to manifest. But in any case, the biggest problem is the patient eventually loses themselves to the fantasy world of their own creation.
What do you mean?
My poor child can no longer differentiate between imagination and reality. He's begun to see himself as Thelxie.
Perhaps in his mind, the loneliness he felt became the same as that of a prince who lost everything he ever loved or stood for.
What? So that's what you meant by uncontrollable delusions. Then we have to help him snap out of it.
Alas, most of the time he acts as if he can no longer sense or interact with the real world at all. I've had several discussions with the doctor, and we think it is best to try to guide his fantasy.
Guide his fantasy?
He once wanted to make a picture book of his imaginary world, but since the disorder progressed too quickly, he never quite got past the first page of the book. If we could use this book as a breakthrough for his condition... Here, you can take a look.
Ah, so Zuria's son also saw Thelxie as a penguin. Oh, he looks so sad.
How can you
What we should
tell?
do
He's
now is
facing
help
away
him
from
complete
us.
This picture book. However, we'll lead the story to a different ending. One where the Water Imp Prince is eventually able to restore his kingdom with the help of his friends. We'll need to chase away his loneliness and sorrow, and let him perceive a world full of hope again. That's what I mean by guiding his fantasy.
But if we just need to finish the picture book, why does Fremine need to make a Thelxie as well?
Because we need to treat the book's story seriously, as if it's a history of things that have really happened. We'll need to go on a journey like Thelxie, and help him regain his crown and country. But my child can no longer go on a journey of his own. This is why I commissioned Fremine here to craft a Thelxie, and then I'll paint the journey with this Thelxie into the picture book.
Ah, like a stand-in for your son! Paimon's starting to get it now. Oh, you really put a lot of thought into this, Zuria. Paimon still has one question, though. Where will we be able to find a Water Imp Kingdom?
There are some ruins on the seabed of the Salacia Plains. I've already asked Fremine to research them for me. We'll be able to use one of the ruins as the kingdom.
Oh, so we'll just need to act out a performance of, a brave journey through the Kingdom of Water Imps. As long as we chase away the monsters in the ruins, it'll count as chasing away the monsters in the Water Imp Kingdom, right?
Sadly, no. We won't just be putting on a performance. It's just as Zuria said. We need to take this seriously, and the only way we can take this seriously is if we choose to believe everything that's happening is real.
Interesting. Also, an ad has popped up. And don't mind me. I'm working once again on the stocking for my grandfather because I wasn't able to finish it last year due to busyness and fatigue. So I'm just doing that while listening to the story, you know. The one with the truck, yeah. Mm-hmm. That is the one. has ended.
So we'll be playing it straight, or, making it a fully immersive experience? Oh, neither of those really sound right. Well, either way, we'll still be able to help, right?
I'll try my best.
It's all right. There's no need to get that serious. It's not a big deal. I believe in my son. We can just see this as him wanting to stay asleep for a bit longer because he's so enamored with his dream.
Zuria.
Keep your spirits up, everyone. If we were to look troubled, my son is sure to become anxious as well. I should be heading back right about now to check on my son. We temporarily moved to a place on the hill over there, so my son will have a better spot to convalesce. It's not far from the water, and there's also a great view. Feel free to come find me if anything urgent comes up.
Understood. There's also one last thing. Since these two friends were able to help me out, I've made some more progress on Thelxie. I estimate that he should be ready sometime tomorrow.
That's great news. I must thank you all. With that in mind, how about we meet here in 2 days' time to head to the Kingdom of Water Imps?
Sounds good.
All right, everyone. Let's meet again in another 2 days.
Zuria sure is a brave and optimistic lady. Fremine, do you think her plan will work out?
Let's discuss that over by the tent. There were a few things that I didn't bring up because the Madame was here.
Hold on. I'm using the wrong color for this, I think. Okay.
What is it, Fremine? What did you want to say?
If you don't mind me asking, I would like the two of you to mentally prepare yourselves.
Mentally prepare ourselves?
This is the first time that you've met anyone with the syndrome, right? I know you two are both really strong and will do everything you can to help the child. But with the syndrome being the way it is, if things don't quite turn out as we wish, I hope you'll be able to accept the outcome and not put too much blame on yourselves.
Fremine, why do you bring this up all of a sudden? Didn't we just promise Zuria that we'll be optimistic about everything working out?
Out of white thread?
It's not that I'm not optimistic.
I'm out of
It's
white thread.
just-
That's not good. You know this illness really well?
So that's why you looked like you knew exactly what she was talking about. Wait, Fremine, don't tell Paimon that you also...
No. Please don't misunderstand. I've never had it. I've just seen many cases of it at the House of the Hearth, back when we lived under the previous director. They say there are many factors surrounding the development of this illness. I've heard everything from hereditary factors and one's state of mind, to environmental factors, and even ley line disorder effects. Some even say it could be caused by contamination from god remains. And from the cases I've
Makes
seen,
sense.
there weren't many positive outcomes. In the worst
Guess I'm gonna
cases,
have to do it with
the
gray.
patient could even pass away.
What? It could get that serious? And here Paimon thought they'd just stop talking as much.
Yeah, that's just the nature of it. So, if you'll find it difficult to cope with the worst case scenario, I would prefer that you back out right now. I don't want you to help only to feel like you failed.
Don't worry, I've seen all kinds of strange and difficult things in life.
Yeah, that's right. Paimon's seen all of those things too. No matter how hard it might get, we won't be scared.
Really? Then in that case, let's see this real-life fantasy adventure together to the end.
Yeah! But Paimon has a question. If this illness can really be as bad as you've described, then do you really think Zuria's method will be able to help? After all, we'll just be using a toy as Thelxie and some ruins as the Kingdom of Water Imps. The whole adventure will only be turned into a picture book for her son to read.
Well, I think it should be able to do something. To
Honestly,
harbor a fantasy means
yeah.
that the child wants to save himself somehow. The only reason he's allowed his dream kingdom to fall is because he's lost control of his heart. But if we can help him regain control and escape from the darkness, we'll be able to change his world. Like helping someone who's lost their voice be able to speak again.
Oh, Paimon sees what you're saying now. Huh. How do you understand all of this so well, Fremine?
Well, maybe because I've also had many of my own dreams in the past. I even had my own fairy tale world, much like that boy's. I was able to draw a lot of support from it, so I believe in the power of fantasy worlds.
So, the penguin town you mentioned?
Ah, so you remembered.
Yes.
What Penguin Town? Why doesn't Paimon remember? Is that also a fairy tale world? Don't leave Paimon in the dark!
Oh,
Hey, why did you put that on?
It's just one of my personal quirks.
because he doesn't want you looking
Please
at him
pay it no
anymore.
mind. Anyway, Penguin Town is a
It's
peaceful
embarrassing,
place
so he's
with
gotta
lots of
kind of
town
hide. That's
residents.
really cute.
They're all really good at making clockwork toys. And Pear is the town's triumphant hero, as well as the one who quietly protects the whole place.
Pear? But didn't you make Pear yourself?
Alright,
Well,
get some good
I
rest.
often think that Pear only came to me because he realized how much I needed him. So it's not so much that I made Pear, as Pear chose me as his friend.
Fremine, are you sure you're not losing control of your fantasies as well?
No, I don't think so. I can still differentiate between fantasy and reality. I just believe that the fairy tale world of my dreams must also exist somewhere. It might just be hidden, which is why it's difficult to see. Or it will only reveal itself at very specific times.
Specific times? Like when you put on your diving helmet?
Yeah, that's the general idea of it.
Really? Paimon just said that because you put on your helmet.
Have you ever observed the surface world from underwater? It's as if you're viewing a whole different world from the outside. It's a very surreal feeling. Both alienating, but also as if you're being protected by something. I have a similar feeling when I put on my diving helmet. In those moments, it's possible to see some
Honestly,
wondrous things.
it's what we deserve.
As if a fairy tale has become reality. It's almost like a sort of miracle.
Really? Like a miracle?
Well, now I want to try on your helmet too.
Well, if that's in order.
I'm kidding.
Hey, don't you still need time to work on Thelxie's weapon? We don't want to keep you from finishing your commission.
Right. I still have to collect some tools I'll need to craft the weapon. I've got to finish everything before tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me, Paimon. I'm sure there'll be other opportunities for you to try my helmet. Thanks for all of your help. I'll be off for now. Let's meet up here again in 2 days.
Sure thing. Oh. There was a whole little animation there. Alright. 2 days.
Is your child feeling any better?
Thank you for your concern, Fremine. His condition is fairly stable. The family doctor said we might be able to take him out for a stroll today.
Zuria, Fremine, we're here!
Okay.
Seems
I
like
was hoping
everyone's
it wouldn't be
arrived
time
now.
locked.
Not quite. Aren't we missing someone? But Paimon has a guess where he might be. Hey, Thalxie!
Aw, look at him.
Whoa! Thalxie's got himself a sword and a shield now. He's looking sharp.
Indeed. With his weapons in hand, Thalxie looks more formidable than ever. You've really outdone yourself, Fremine.
We helped too.
Yes, you really had a good eye for materials. Everything you found was high quality. Speaking of which, Zuria just told me that she wants to end the adventure with the coronation ceremony. So, could I also trouble you with finding some materials for the crown? You can just keep an eye out for them on our way to the ruins. I was planning to collect the materials myself, but then I realized you might be able to find some prettier ones than what I could get my hands on.
Consider it done.
Seems like everything's ready to go. Shall we head out?
Please wait a moment. I was just thinking. Since Thalxie has already shown us his brand new appearance, we may already be able to draw a new page in the picture book. What do you think?
Ooh, Paimon's excited now.
What should we draw on the page?
Why don't we use the story we know as a reference? Just to
Literally.
make the atmosphere a bit less grim.
So we'll take out the sad parts and replace them with happier stuff? Sounds great to Paimon.
All right, I'll give it a try. I'm not very adept at drawing, but I've seen a lot of art during my work. Now, as far as the actual content of the drawing, please tell me what you'd like to see.
Let me think. We can draw the weapon. The prince has picked up the Sword of Courage and the Shield of Perseverance, which proves he has crossed the mire of doubt, and now is ready to wage war against the darkness.
Okay, I'll add the weapons. Anything else?
Paimon wants to give him some friends. Thalxie's got some friends by his side now, so he's no longer fighting alone.
Okay, I'll also draw some companions. Anything else?
Don't forget to add some color.
Color. Ah, color, yes, that's really important. The road in front of him now will no longer be just grayscale, but bursting with color and hope. Who would have thought the page could have become so inspiring? How wonderful! Splendid ideas, everyone.
Great! Everyone looks super pumped up. Felksy most of all.
Are you seeing this, my son? Are you feeling inspired by this as well?
I'm sure he is, Zuria. And this is still just the first page.
That's right! Paimon can't wait to see the picture book when it's all finished. We should finish it as soon as possible and keep up the belief and hope in our hearts.
Mm-hmm. I'm starting to look forward to it as well. So let's get the show on the road and head towards the Kingdom of Water Imps.
Yay! Felksy's Fantastic Adventures begin now!
After some time, you arrive at the shore. So true. Okay. Here, let me grab this teleport while we're here. Hey, diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the fish jumped over the moon. What? Is that some kind of quest thing going on, or? Okay, well, fine then. Noted. Oh my god. Puss in Boots? Question mark. Okay. Oh my gosh, alright. I can't mark it because it'll... But...
Look! Those are materials that we can use for the crown, right? Let's get some for Fremine.
Another inscribed shell. Those are pearls that were his eyes. Uh-huh. Wait, hold on. What does the rest of that say? Nothing of his bones that do fade. Oh, there's supposed to be a third one. I see it.
These should be enough. I knew you'd have a knack for finding the best materials. We shouldn't need anything else.
Whoa! Is that the entrance to the underwater ruins ahead?
Oh, that's a good idea. Also. There we go. Okay. Go to challenge. So, hydro slimes and a stone hide troll.
So these are the underwater ruins that Fremine found. They're pretty amazing, but still not exactly the kind that Paimon was imagining.
This is the kingdom of water imps, Paimon, not ruins.
Oh, yeah, Paimon knows. It's just... Paimon thought we'd actually see a fairy tale world. Like with the water imps' colorful houses and the rainbow bridge.
I'm sorry. I was hoping to put up some decorations, but ran out of time to do it by myself.
It's okay. It's fantasy time now.
Whoa, someone's already switched into fantasy mode.
I take my job very
Seems like the
seriously,
travelers
Paimon.
already got the gist of things. You should do your best too, Paimon.
Don't underestimate Paimon. Paimon can flip the switch too. Now entering Paimon Fantasy Mode! Ahem. Young adventurers, 'tis Paimon, guardian goddess of this land. State your goals and intentions for visiting this nation.
We are the companions of Prince Thalxi, your Divine Highness. We have come to help him reclaim the glory that he has lost.
Oh, reclaiming your glory? Thy goddess here has golden glory, silver glory, and bronze glory. Which is it that the prince has lost?
Huh?
Did you break character, Paimon?
Not at all! This is the goddess's test! Ahem. From your responses, the goddess has concluded that you're all brave adventurers without the taint of greed in your
Honestly.
hearts. As such, you are worthy of everyone's respect. So please accept the goddess's reward. The goddess will now bestow all 3 types of glory upon you. And as for this prince, the goddess will also bestow upon you the rainbow glory, so your future will always be filled with light.
My gratitude to your Divine Highness for such generous blessings. Power is now surging through every part of my body.
Me too. Is this the divine inspiration of legend?
All thanks to the power of Goddess Paimon.
Ahem. Now, adventurers, forge bravely ahead and defeat the monsters that have taken over the kingdom. You will be sure to find that which you seek.
Yeah. Okay.
Please be careful, brave adventurers. Just ahead are some evil enemies that have invaded the kingdom of water imps. They're called...
frostbite.
Those accursed enemies are back again. Your Highness, please show them what you're made of.
Clouds high. The birds call. One with nature.
We're under attack again. It's a Lawitcher of the deep.
There's no need to fear, my friends. His Highness is so strong now that even a Diviniturl of the deep would pose no threat to him.
Dead reckoning! Pair! Getting here! Pair! Frost is coming! Pair!
It's finally over. So have we defeated the evil monsters and reclaimed the Kingdom of Water Imps?
Yes, it should now be time for us to attend Thuxey's coronation ceremony. The only thing is, I didn't expect this to go so smoothly. I thought it would have taken longer for us to reach the heart of the ruins.
Sorry, I'm so good.
It was my mistake. I should have told Fremine earlier that we would also need a crown.
It's all because the Traveler and Goddess Paimon were too strong. We just eradicated all the monsters in one go.
It's okay, Zuria. We can come back again once I've made the crown.
Then I must thank all of you again for taking the time, and you too, Thuxey, my child.
Thuxey's turning out to be a real expert at fighting.
I don't think there's anything that will be able to stop him. He's like a true prince now.
Yes, I agree as well.
Let's head back to camp for now. I asked the Traveler to search for some materials on the way because I want to make the crown as soon as possible.
We can add an update to Thuxey's fantastic adventures as well. Now that we've reclaimed the Kingdom of Water Imps, it's time for us to draw some new scenes in the picture book.
Just in time for an ad break. My hands hurt so much. I'm not looking forward to the rain tomorrow.
Zuria and Fremine, why don't we draw the new pages first? Paimon really wants to update the picture book.
Yeah, we shall pause whilst the ad runs. The stocking doesn't, like, the instructions don't say to add stuffing into the snow. But I feel like it would look better if I did. So I think I'm going to. Yeah, I mean, I know that it'll fit. It just... I just don't want it to be too much of a pain for when I have to add pieces on top of it. Anyways, okay. You just want to see someone draw Goddess Paimon.
Hey, you didn't have to say it out loud.
No problem. I'm happy to oblige. Then in that case, the story today should go something like this. After overcoming many obstacles, Prince Thelxie and his brave companions finally arrived at the entrance to the Kingdom of Water Imps. At this time, the little fairy in the group, Paimon, revealed her true goddess form to her companions.
Woohoo! The goddess has arrived! She praised the companions for their purity, and to reward them, she bestowed upon them many blessings, and even prayed that the prince would be able to fulfill his goal.
Bathed under the goddess's glory, the prince and his companions charged into the bastion of evil, chased away the monsters, and rescued the pretty water imps from their imprisonment. The prince finally managed to reclaim his kingdom. But as for the crown...
Oh no, the crown isn't ready yet!
No. The crown was within the prince's reach, but the monsters took it with them as they fled. They haven't given up and are sure to return, but the prince is certain to reclaim the crown the next time they fight. The brilliant rainbow shall descend onto the kingdom once more.
Oh, and Paimon can almost see it all happening now! Whoa, the pages are beautiful! Zuria is really talented at drawing.
Thank you, everyone. We've also completed the second page of the picture book now. Thelxie's journey is one step closer to its end, and the promised coronation. My child, you'll also be able to brighten up when that time comes, right?
I'm sure he will, Zuria. Who knows? Perhaps the doctor will already have some good news for you when you get back home today.
I sure hope so, Your Divine Highness. Oh, Fremine, about the time you'll need for the crown.
Please don't worry. One day should be more than enough.
Ah, then I must thank you for your hard work. All right, let's rendezvous here in another 2 days' time for our final adventure, okay?
Sounds good to me.
And see you in 2 days, my lovely friends.
Alright, it's about time we start heading off too. You've still got some work to do, right, Fremine?
Yeah, I'll need to go to the city shortly to get some parts for the base of the crown. I want to try out a few different designs and choose the one that looks the best.
Fremine's working hard.
Yeah. Paimon knew that you didn't often take commissions from others, but Paimon had no idea you'd be so dedicated once you're on the job.
Well, about that, it might be because...
Because what?
It's because... I hope...
What's the matter? And what's with that look on your face? You're turning red, and it looks like you're about to run away and put your helmet on again.
Am I turning red?
Don't tease Fremine, Paimon.
Alright. We won't bother you anymore for today, Fremine. Let's see each other in 2 days' time.
Okay, thank you. See you in 2 days.
See ya.
I hope that everyone who's found themselves in a dark place would be able to see something beautiful and experience a miracle for themselves.
Today's the final day of Felxie's fantastic adventures. Let's go find Fremine at his camp. Hey, Fremine! Felxie! We're here!
Hello, Paimon. Hello, traveler.
Is the crown ready?
Yes, we're just waiting for Zuria now. She hasn't arrived yet.
Then let's wait for her a little while. Or actually, maybe we can go find her. It's not too far from here anyway. Didn't she say she just lives on the hill over there?
Hey, traveler, Paimon.
Oh, and speaking of...
Found you two at long last. I'm so glad that you both are all right.
Huh? Why are you here, Miss Delaroche? And what could have happened to us?
What could have happened? That water imp Felxie, of course. After I gave you that commission the other day, I began to get worried and went asking about the boy that went missing.
Oh, that? We've got it all figured out now. The boy you heard about was just Fremine. Even the missing fish was his fault. Don't worry, we'll help you get the fish back as soon as we're done with this job.
Oh, sorry about that. I've been diving in the area recently.
Huh? Fremine diving? No, that's not what happened at all. I've heard a completely different account. What I was told is that about a month ago, a child tied a bunch of heavy seashells onto his body and walked into this open stretch of water. He never came back. What could that be if not that water imp's work?
Are you sure?
100% sure. I've confirmed the account with several veteran fishermen I know. The child was only 8 years old. His name was Lescaut. Lescaut d'Estray.
Wait, Lescaut d'Estray?
Yeah, that's the name. They say the family took on the name after moving to the city from a place called Stray. Anyway, his mother is a pretty famous art dealer, while his father passed away from an accident many years ago. Well, naturally,
Honestly,
his mother
yeah.
was devastated by the incident and fell terribly ill. It's said that she left the court of Fontaine, and no one knows where she's gone.
It can't be, right?
Saw that one coming.
Lescaut d'Estray? Zuria d'Estray? It must be some sort of a coincidence?
Seems like we need to pay a visit to the Destre house.
I'm sorry, miss. We've got to go check on something right now.
Oh, I see. Well, you go on ahead. I just came to make sure that you're both all right. I'll head back then. Please remember to take care.
I had a feeling. It's so hard being burdened with knowing exactly how the story might go. I see. Got it. So that'll be a key situation. Well, let me grab the... I see the teleport. There it is. Pine cones.
Excuse us. Is anyone here? Is this Madame Destray's place?
Who are you? I have a patient here who needs quiet bed rest. Please leave us be unless you have anything urgent to report.
Who is the patient?
This is the residence of Zuria Destry, and I'm Jala Khan, her family doctor. What did you mean by your question just now? Who else could be my patient?
Your patient should be Zuria's son, right? She told us herself that her son had contracted loneliness syndrome.
No, you're right. Young Master Lescaut did have that illness once upon a time, but he's... Well, the young master's no longer with us. And now the Madame has come down with the same illness. Are you her friends, by any chance? Oh. So, when she had requested time to go out over the past few days, it was so she could spend them with you.
So, if I'm understanding this right, the one who's suffering from uncontrollable delusions is the Madame herself? She believes her son is still alive?
That is correct. When the young master disappeared, she was organizing an art exhibit that she had specifically prepared for him. But since she had to leave the house, she was unable to see her son one last time. That might have been the trigger for her regret. Or perhaps the family's fall into loneliness and grief was inevitable as soon as the old master passed away. First the son, and then the mother.
But how could that be? She really looked like she had a handle on everything. Her smile was so lovely, and she even told us to stay optimistic. But you're saying she...
Those actions are proof that she can no longer differentiate between fantasy and reality.
Then all the other things that she told us about her son, were those fake too?
No, those were all real. Although they were all things that happened before the young master left us for good. Madame's time has just never moved forward since his passing.
I see.
I mean, yeah, like,
So after her son left,
that's,
she created a fantasy world where her son was still with her.
yeah, that's a
was looking for a way to cure
100%
his
understandable
illness when she
mental
ran into
breakdown. That, yeah. How is Zarya now?
She has been in a good mood the past few days, even humming a song when she returned from her stroll. She even began discussing with me the idea of using deliberate guidance to ease the illness. It was all going well, until last night. She spent a whole night staring at the shell the young master left behind, and the words that he had inscribed onto it. Then she broke down once more. I prescribed some sedatives, and she's currently resting.
But then what should we do? How can we help her? There has to be something we can do.
Don't panic, Paimon.
Grabbing my
Even though
gigantic
this
bag
is a
of stuffing.
devastating piece of news, we must all calm down first. What should we do? I need to think. I need to remember the old house of the hearth, and the children who lived in it. Those patients, and what their doctors said back then. What if... Dr. Jalacan, have you seen a picture book? The Madame should have brought it back with her.
Are you thinking about trying the guidance therapy she talked to me about before? It's worth a shot. I'll go get the book.
Yes, this is it.
We still need to finish the adventure and the picture book?
That's right. If what Dr. Jalacan said was true, the past few days have been very helpful to Zuria, so we should complete this journey. We need to show her that her child has found a happy ending in the world of her dreams.
But wouldn't that just make it harder for her to accept reality?
One must first face reality before accepting it. The Madame has been crushed by her feelings of grief and can no longer bring herself to face reality.
Yeah.
Our first priority would be to get her out of this state.
Right. Before today, I had thought she wanted to use Thelxie's fantastic adventures to save her son. But now, I think she might need it to save herself. And if we could complete it, we should be able to give her some feeling of inspiration and closure. Maybe those feelings would be enough to give her some courage to face reality again.
We'll have to give it a try.
There's no time to waste. Let's set off right away.
I'm so close to getting this piece all the way on. Hold on. Just got like one little corner left to do. Okay. There we go. It is on. Alright. Alright. Evil never sleeps and has secretly smuggled away. Wait, hold on. Is this something else? Or, yeah, this is what we should be doing, right? Yes? Okay. Okay. Ow. Okay.
We're here again. This is the final part of Felxie's journey, but the most important person is missing.
Everyone, please don't be so down and gloomy. Remember what she told us? If we were to feel troubled, the patient would become anxious as well.
You're right. Paimon needs to smile. If we have to give something to Zuria, it should be our smiles. We have to keep smiling as we finish this adventure. And then she'll be able to recover, right, everyone?
I'm sure she will.
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
I'm not sure. At all.
Be careful, brave adventurers. Here come the evil monsters that stole the crown. They're... the Deep Sea Cyclops. Let's beat them up.
Watch out, everyone! They're coming at us again!
There's no need to fear. Prince Felxie looks stronger than ever today. He must be going all out. Ha!
Now you shall perish!
Yep.
Going.
This is the final enemy, right? Ahem. We'll reclaim the crown for you now, Your Highness.
Blaze over!
Wipe out!
Inazuma shines eternal! Ha! Shine down!
Day's reckoning! Getting gear! Pair! Getting gear!
I'm sorry. I have to go. I made a promise to my friends, and I'm already very late.
But, Madame, you're still...
Don't try to stop me. Today's the most important day for treating Felxie. We'll use the guidance method. Didn't you also say that you'd think it'd work?
I'm not trying to stop you, Madame. It's just... Could you tell me the name of your child?
Dr. Jalacan, how can you forget the name of your own patient? His name is Felxie. He's the prince of the kingdom of water imps. We will go today to reclaim his crown and attend his coronation ceremony.
I see. Madame, please rest assured, everything is still on schedule. Your friends
He's like, I have
already
to know
departed
what
to
delusion
find...
you're having so that I know how to
Look.
respond to you.
They've already returned.
Zuria! Zuria! We've retrieved the crown!
Paimon, everyone, have you really?
Yes, but the coronation ceremony still hasn't taken place, because we felt like you should be the one to preside over it.
Wonderful, how wonderful! Thelxie, my child, are you hearing this? Everything you lost will now come back to you, and soon, very soon, you will never be lonely again.
And the last page of the picture book. It's still waiting for you to illustrate in color.
Right, the picture book. But I don't know what I should put on the last page.
Don't worry, Thelxie and his friends all know what should go on it. Get ready, Zuria. We'll describe everything for you.
Okay.
At last, Thelxie and his friends were able to drive off the final invading monsters and achieve a dashing victory. Their success was complete, and the recovered crown resplendent.
The water imps, finally returning to their homes, showered the prince with love and applause as he greeted them. They once again offered their precious shells to the prince and reconstructed the rainbow bridge of old. As he watched the scene unfold, the prince could not help but be touched by its beauty.
Moved by everyone's happiness, the prince stepped onto the rainbow bridge and took a good look at all the friends who had gone on the journey with him. There stood the traveler, Goddess Paimon, Fremine, and... Where's the last person? The prince looked frantically around, but could not find the person he wanted to see most. At that moment, the person suddenly appeared on the other side of the bridge. She walked towards him with a smile and slowly lifted her veil.
The prince could not hold back his tears. He recognized then that the mysterious person that had been by his side the whole time was none other than his mother. Zuria walked across the bridge and placed the crown above the prince's head. She smiled down upon him as she said, "My prince, my king, you shall never, ever need to feel lonely again."
That's the end of the story, Zuria.
Okay. An ad has hit. It's like, I could see very quickly where this was gonna go, but it still is definitely... It's still definitely a lot, you know? I'm also getting a really bad headache. The incoming rain and the pressure of my glasses and the headphones. It's getting to be a bit much. I might not be able to do anything after we finish the event. Yeah, I'm hoping once the rain starts, it'll be one of those where the pressure is released, but with how long the rain is going to go, I have a feeling it will not be so kind. So, we will have to see. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am so sorry, my child. Maman should have spent more time with you. Did you hear the story? You'll never have to feel lonely again. Mama loves you too.
What's happening? Is Zuria talking to Thelxie?
Yes. What is Selxie saying?
Quick, put on my diving helmet. There's a transcription module in it that's compatible with Thelxie's output signals. You should be able to use it to understand what Thelxie's saying.
Ah, so that's what Selxie is saying.
Mama loves you too.
But I love you more, Mamo.
Wait, what is this?
What? Did you see something?
Maman, I'm getting a little sleepy. If it's time for bed, can you hum a lullaby to me again?
Of course, my dearest child. As long as you want to hear it, Mama will always hum for you.
Thank you, Maman. Your lullaby has always been my favorite. Now that I've heard it, I can return to my dream and to the kingdom of water imps in peace.
My poor darling. Please don't forget. I will always love you. My love is greater than the entire distance between here and the kingdom of water imps.
I won't forget, Maman. And so is my love for you. Greater than the entire distance between here and the kingdom of water imps. Good night, Maman.
Three days later.
Traveler, Paimon, you're here.
Fremine, why did you call us in such a hurry? Did you hear something from Zuria? Oh, if it's not good news, Paimon doesn't want to hear it.
Don't worry, it's definitely great news. The Madame came here for a visit just now with her doctor. Color has returned to her cheeks, and she sounded full of energy as well. She said she'd like to return to the court to continue hosting the art exhibit. But this time, she'll work with her doctor to exhibit some picture books related to the illness. Of course, Thelxie's fantastic adventures and the guidance therapy will be included in the exhibit as well. She'd like to use her experience to help others.
That's wonderful! So it wasn't bad news after all.
Mm-hmm. Here, please take this picture book with you. The Madame wanted you to have it. If at some point in the future you were to run into someone with similar troubles, she hopes the book would be of use to you.
But this is her son's story, right? Is it really okay to give the book to us?
Don't worry, it's just a copy. She still has the original. It's extremely important to her.
Alright, then there's no problem. It feels good knowing we've contributed to something important. Paimon definitely didn't expect the fantasy adventure to be so useful. Paimon was a little worried about how everything would turn out. After all, fantasy is just fantasy.
Paimon, Do you know what the Madame said? She said that at the moment when she placed the crown on Thelxie's head, she felt like she really saw something beautiful. Her child had returned, and he told her that he loved her. She also said that was when she was finally able to bid farewell to her son. She felt like at that moment, she was healed by some mystical power, and she was filled with courage from head to toe.
Oh, really? But could that just be another part of her fantasy?
Perhaps. But if fantasy is just fantasy, and the fantasy world is not real, then how could it still grant us these powers that we can continue to use in the real world?
So perhaps fantasy is not just fantasy after all.
But what else could it be?
A descent of the fairy tale world into the real world. At that time, the wondrous fairy tale temporarily became reality and influenced real things in our world. That has to be what happened. You saw it too, didn't you?
But that can't be what happened, right? There's just no way. Wouldn't it
Yeah,
be
we
like
saw it
a
happen.
miracle if that really happened?
Yes, I suppose that would be a miracle. I hope that everyone who's found themselves in a dark place would be able to see something beautiful and experience a miracle for themselves.
Well, that was certainly an emotional little quest. Weeping Willow of the Lake. Got it. Loch. Anyways. Ugh. So. We will. Yeah. I feel like my head is being crushed. So we will see each other tomorrow. And I'm gonna probably lay down and not have glasses or headphones on and not have a light shining directly into my face. Thank you. I will see you guys tomorrow. Streammas will be beginning. I'll make sure to get some festivity into the background. I finally took down autumn decorations, so there is room. But yeah. Oh boy. Just in time for Dakota to... Are you trying to cover something? Or are you... What are you doing? I don't know. Anyways. Good night.